What new weapons are being used in daily basis and to prepare against them. And I can't imagine how the world, I mean the institutional world, the organized world, being in public sector or in private sector, can survive it without a large coalition. So what we learned from the traditional crime in Europe is that traditional crime has created a much more functioning EU than the states, because they are very much interconnected. They don't have never-ending summits and meetings, and they don't have vetoes to stop them from doing anything. In the meantime, that the EU itself has to struggle to create convergences and to create cohesion in common action. We saw it during pandemic. At the end, there is also another thing. For the public sector, this is really challenging. On one hand, because it's a matter of resources. So imagine Albania with its GDP, with its development, that has made an exponential step to turn from a country that was very much based on paper and on bureaucracies and on bribes, in a country that is today 95% of service online, which is the bless of technology for not developed countries to make jumps that otherwise you would need decades. But at the same time is the curse of technology, because you are totally exposed. And now we are exposed vis-a-vis a power like Iran that, come on, it's not something we can match in terms of finance, in terms of ruthlessness, in terms of anti-democratic behavior and so on, to now have to invest much more. So for the governments to invest in what will happen is one thing, but to invest in what should not happen is another thing, because at the end we have to get elected. Okay, the question is how much the world will come together, how much the countries will come together, how much big and small, rich and not so rich will realize the need for each other. Because if not for everything else, Albania now is a very important laboratory to realize what's next.
Well, my question is for Eddie Rama. Bonjour, Eddie. Can you share with us, for those who have not followed too closely the attacks, some of the very concrete impact that your country experienced, and what were your quickest response? What were you able to do?
I avoided in the introduction because it would be complicated for the time we have in our disposal. And in Davos you can be late in starting, but you cannot be late in ending because others have to get the room. So I'll try to be as synthetic as possible. So what we have done, it's that we have considered the technology as our saving boat to get from level of administration that was very much contaminated by endemic corruption in terms of bribery, to a level where the direct contact between citizens and public servants and offices was eliminated through online interaction. So we succeeded to become from a country that was really in the ditch in these terms, in a country that is today 8th in Europe and somewhere between 16 and 17 worldwide, based on the UN chart in terms of digital public services. And it's exactly where the attackers aimed to hurt us by practically aiming to wipe out completely our digital infrastructure and to completely erase our data in terms of public services. It was very, very disturbing because for several weeks we had to, it was like an incredible war happening in the web, 24/7, many people engaged in the trenches to push back, and we succeeded practically to survive this attack by not letting them do what they were supposed to do. And then through a very, very thorough forensic that we did together with Microsoft threat intelligence team and red team of FBI and several others, we arrived in the conclusion that it was absolutely clear that behind this attack was a state, and namely Iran. So we attributed it to Iran based on facts, not just on. And what is the other side of the scary, scary presence in our lives of cybercrime is that it's not like entering in your house. It's not like breaking your house that you have the door broken or you have the window broken and they enter. They can be in your house and you don't know they are in your house. So it's penetrations. And in the same time is like ticking bombs, programming the day and the moment that the bomb will blow. Until then, you may not be aware at all that you are sleeping on a bomb. And what we are doing today, as I said, with our two other friendly countries, is exactly that. And we are detecting, thanks to also their much higher expertise, we are detecting exactly what are the movements in the dark that otherwise no one would be aware of. And we are very much preoccupied to raise the awareness on the private sector about the danger, and to make the private sector enter in cooperation and in interaction with the government, also in terms of contributions. So it's not at all an easy exercise, but it's the new world. So I hope the prophetic sentence of Michel Rocard will not prove itself to be true in the long run. When he, before dying, he said, "I'm very, I feel blessed that I lived in the time internet was born, and I feel blessed that I'm leaving this world before internet will destroy it."